there in a fucking Spock costume, look at somebody that's in a Chewie costume and be like, look at that fucking geek. How dare you pass judgment on those 12-year-old girls who like vampires? They need to be encouraged because in 6 years there'll be 18-year-old girls who like vampires. And are all sorts of goth perspective and whatnot, so don't poo-poo it. There's a plan, and it's working. But I watched that clip. Somebody was in the audience, and I guess in this very room, and they showed the clip, and you see a sea of heads in the audience way, the screen way in the background, and you could barely hear the clip. It's just like, they're all screeching. At one point, like the fella gets on a bike and shit, and she's hanging out with the wolf boy, and you know, she's like, I'm gonna fucking take off on this bike. She don't say that, but the dialogue, my dialogue was better, I assure you. It doesn't have to be great dialogue. It just has to feel tween angsty, and that's perfect. And that's what tweens do. They jump on bikes and they race off and shit. And then she wrecks on a rock and shit, and then because she saw the Fang Boy, saw Rob Pattinson and shit, and reacted like every 12-year-old girl in the world was just like, ah! And jumping on the bike. And then Wolf Boy runs over and shit. It's adorable. He runs over, he's like, are you okay? You know, there's a long beat that I hope gets edited down before the movie comes out. Yeah, I'm fine. You know, he's just like, let me help you. And he fucking rips his shirt off. The dude is like the equivalent of a 16-year-old boy is just like, let me help you. And you know, he got bounce a quarter off his pecs and shit like that. He's got a six-pack, not a fucking beard store. And you just hear the whole audience go, ah! And the room is just, you can feel, even when you're watching the clip on YouTube, you can just feel the room get moist. That motherfucker is just the king of the world right now. I hope, is it Rob Pattinson's name, right? Pattinson? I hope he is fucking up a storm, man. And I'm not even talking about like this key audience, the chicks, you know, the 12-year-old girls, like, of course, naturally, if he wants to stay employed, he'll stay away from them. I'm talking about their mothers, you know? All these older chicks that read fucking Twilight. My old lady read Twilight, and she was like, look, you know, it's not for me, but I can see where, you know, it's very romantic for a young girl. And she had a sparkle in her eye. And then she started wearing a Team Edwards shirt. What kind of nonsense is this, man? So I hope Rob Pattinson is taking full advantage of shit. Chicks are just like older chicks teaching him shit. Never mind fucking his own age. Fuck a cougar, man. Some woman who's going to teach you a thing or two, you scrawny toothpick, you. Just be like, I'll make you glisten and shimmer.